Minnesota State University Moorhead, the Dragons Digital Network, Dragon Athletics, and Go Team Productions presents Minnesota State University Moorhead Dragons basketball. Tonight, it is travel partner night, and we're the only game in town in the NSIC. The Dragons take on Northern State, a little rivalry night as you look live in Alex Nemzik Hall here in Moorhead. And good Tuesday evening to you, and welcome inside Alex Nemzik. My name is Steve DeStacio. It's my privilege, as always, to be with you with ex-Dragon great Jared Bledsoe, my color commentator. Dragons and Augustana the other night got your juices flowing. This has to take it to another level, especially when both teams come in with identical records.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, it's a rivalry game. Looking for some fun action this evening.
And the Dragons will have a little chip on their shoulder. They didn't win on Saturday, where Northern State got a pair of victories that I'm sure you'll elaborate into further detail. But also Northern State got the better of the Dragons in game number 1 in Aberdeen by 1.
Yes, these Wolves looking to extend their winning streak to 3. Obviously, the Dragons are looking to get back into their winning ways.
I need to know some players that are going to be instrumental in this game. Can you deliver?
I can deliver. I got you. So, talking about some players, Kaylee Oliverson averaging over 12 points a game, shooting over 42% from the field. I don't want to foul this young lady. She can actually shoot the free throw line, shoot well at the free throw line, actually shooting close to 88%. But Mariah McKeever, I tell you, gets buckets consistently, averaging close to 14 points. Getting it done, getting to the basket, rebounds extremely well, close to 7 rebounds a game. We'll definitely want to keep our eye on these two young ladies this evening.
Players to watch presented by Matt Buss. Well, let's take a look at our head coaches. This is our friend Paula Kruger in her 5th season, the successor to Kurt Fredrickson, which cannot be an easy job. This is the 3rd time we've seen a Paula Kruger team this season. Remember, they were back here in November. And there is Carla Nelson, head Dragon, and this is her 23rd year. Our coaches are presented by BSN. I need some Tuesday night bullets.
You want some bullets?
I need some bullets.
Well, we got to be mindful. Last time these two teams met, the Wolves won 58-59. So bench points will be critical. As you can see here, 22 for the Wolves, only 12 for the Dragons. Points in the paint. Obviously, the Dragons traditionally dominate in the paint, but Northern State outperformed them in the paint. And then lastly, second chance points. We talked about rebounding being a staple of this Dragon program. Be interesting to see who wins that battle tonight.
Bledsoe Bullets presented by the MSUM Catering Services of Sodexo. The Dragons are in their whites, Northern State in their maroons. Lineup change as Elena Beneke gets it started 2-0. Tori Ratz had been starting for the Dragons. Taryn Johnson is back in the starting lineup for the Dragons. Peyton Boom has the ball. Boom. Out to Mariah McKeever. She's worked on by Megan Fiedler, and Boom. Right there, second chance points.
Nice job there by Boom. That first offensive rebound of the game, had a career high 18 rebounds this past weekend as the Wolves start out man-to-man.
Northern State starters presented by Brandfolk. Dragon starters on their way. They are also presented by, there they are, presented by Brandfolk. Boom underneath, all in one motion.
Nice find there by Jens to Boom. When we talk about chemistry, that's one of those chemistry plays that we get into the second half of the season.
All right, good start. Jared mentioned 59-58. That is a prototypical Dragons Northern State matchup that I've seen at least over the last 20 years. You're going to have your anomalies. We've even seen a 47-39. I've seen 96-88 as well. Back in 2013, there's a 5-car pileup in the lane, and Peyton Boom seems to be all over the place early.
Yes, the energy and effort was there on that play. Talk about 3 Dragons on the floor, and the Dragons able to come away with that loose ball.
Sketchy pass by Natalie Jens, and the Dragons turn the ball over for the first time here tonight. Muscling up and unable to score is Beneke out of Castlewood, South Dakota. Here comes Natalie Jens for the Dragons. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. into the ball game. We've been whistle free, haven't we?
So far, so good. Wolves matched up man-to-man. Terrence Johnson not able to connect. And post up. Wolves looking to run here.
Rihanna Philippi stopping and popping from 15, and we're tied at 4.
Nice rhythm shot there by Philippi.
Rihanna Philippi is third on the Wolves at 9.9 points per game. A little loop to Terrence Johnson. Out to Skibble, and now Jens finds Boom. Peyton. Recovered after a bad dribble. McKeever.
It's fake there by McKeever, stopping and popping with the answer. And again, we talked about this past weekend, those spots on the court that players traditionally practice. McKeever getting right to that spot at the free throw line, knocking down that mid-range as we watch the Wolves knock down their first three-pointer of the evening.
Fiedler from downtown. Morgan Fiedler with just her 4th made three-pointer of the season in 20 tries. Remember, three-pointers were the Dragons' nightmare this past Saturday. They made just 1 of 20. Boom, blocked beautifully by Lori Rogers, who's one of the top block dogs in the MSIC. Here come the Wolves. It's Beneke, beautiful bounce pass inside to Fiedler, and Northern's up 9-6.
Great transition bucket there for Northern State, as you mentioned. Excellent bounce pass. The Dragons have an answer here.
Jens, another turnover, unfortunately for the Dragons. The Wolves turn the ball over. Rachel Garvey is going to be the first player off the bench. She's a 5'8 junior out of Shakopee, Minnesota. She once started for the University of North Dakota, or she at least played at the University of North Dakota. Kayla Youngs is in for the Dragons, 6-foot freshman out of Independence, Minnesota. Peyton Bang, 6'2 freshman, Parker, Colorado, wears number 24 for the Dragons. Jens, penetrating, kicking, here's McKeever. Oh, Mariah gets blocked by Rogers as well. Jens for 3. No. Rogers the rebound as Lori Rogers can swat them with the best of them in the top 5 in the NSIC, and swats per game is going all the way in. It's Beneke, probably too easy for Carla Nelson's taste. 5.5 minutes left, first quarter. It's already 11-6. Wolves on top. Boom on the baseline. Rogers the rebound. Here's Philippi. She's out of Lenox, South Dakota. All she does is start for the Wolves. Just one non-start in her career.
5-out set here for the Wolves. Going to continue to attack. Great job there by Jens, anticipating. Looking to go coast to coast.
Oh, what a play by Rihanna Philippi. It should take us to the media timeout. Philippi got back defensively. 4:55 remaining here in the first quarter. It's Northern State 11, the Dragons 6.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But man, being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up out of bed to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. The sheer effort it takes just for basic life functions like breathing has earned you the right to have someone bring that sandwich to you. Your struggle is not lost on us. Have a sandwich, you hero.
One new place for 2 people. Plus 2 distinct styles. Plus 2 of everything. Plus 1 budget divided by 2. Life math is complicated. Financial experts make it easier. Affinity Plus.
Jared can flavor any way you want it at Erbert and Gerbert Sandwich Shop. Fresh ingredients, hand-sliced cheese, and chef-inspired soup and sandwich recipes that will surprise and delight. Go to ErbertandGerberts.com to order online for pickup and delivery. And remember to live life flavorfully. Northern State won 62-60 over Augustana Friday night, 66-60 over Wayne State Saturday night. Here's Peyton Bang in the block, straight up and in.
Good sign inside for Peyton Bang. Posting up early.
Morgan Fiedler and Madeline Bragg, both out of Aberdeen, Roncalli High School, in the ball game for Northern State. Philippi in and out on a three. Young's the rebound.
You can see the Dragons continue to get it inside. Only 4 of 11, 0 for 2 from the three. Boy, that shot, Dragons shooting only 30%. Here's a boom, knocking down the mid-range shot. 6 points for Peyton Boom.
All of them, not all of them in the paint, but close. Philippi, another or a three. Oh, they're going to say it's a 2. 13, I tried to give her 3. She wouldn't take it. Or the officials wouldn't give it to her. By the way, Michael Colmus, Angie Arendt, and Amy Sanchez are working tonight's game. Peyton Bang doesn't want to shoot a 3. Peyton Boom gives it to Youngs. 10 on the play clock. Jens penetrating, drew the contact, no foul. I like that. She initiated the contact. Michael Colness did not make the call. Let him bang, I say.
I tell you what.
Philippi again.
Philippi has that rhythm step going early this game. The Dragons are going to be mindful how she's coming off those ball screens.
That's an offensive foul as Peyton Boom was a bull in a china closet. This Philippi is 9th in the country in assists with 47. Chitty has 6 points, averaging 9.9 points and 3.5 rebounds per game. Lori Rogers, 7th in the NSIC in rebounding. Neither Oliverson nor Rogers, or they do register in the top 25. Oliverson 23rd in the league, Rogers 25th in scoring, where the Dragons have 3 in the top 17. Only Boom. There's Rogers shooting an air ball, and the Dragons will get the ball back. Natalie Jens leads the Dragons at 15.8 points a game, tied for 7th in the league with Ashlyn Duffy of Augustana and Kate Head of Minot. We've seen both of them this year. 15-10, Wolves on top. Here comes Mariah McKeever. Arana Johnson screen. Tori Ratz in the ball game, coming off the bench tonight. 5'8" freshman from Fergus Falls. Here's Ratz and McKeever. McKeever's open. Got it.
Great decision there. Excellent screen there. Taryn Johnson's freeing up that open shot from McKeever.
15-12. Jordan Hilgeman had the ball for a moment. 5'10" sophomore out of Marshall, Minnesota. Philippi on the baseline, gives it up to Bragg. And Bragg has it again. The business administration major walks. Bryn Alfson, 6-foot junior out of Haiti, South Dakota. The granddaughter of former Northern State Wolves football player Ed Wilkerson in the ball game for the Wolves under the 2-minute mark in a rapidly played first quarter. Youngs up top, Boom. She will shoot the 3, not that time, as McKeever again just has mastered that 12-foot jumper.
Yeah, stopping and popping right at that elbow. She's got her rhythm going as well.
Alfson gets rid of the ball in the corner for a 3. That is Hilgeman. 18-14. Karen Johnson, the loose ball. This is Ratz for 3. No. Alfson grabs the rebound. We approach a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Alfson, nowhere to go. Philippi on the baseline. Got it.
Philippi has that rhythm going, Steve. How often you see players just have that little extra bounce in their step?
You're saying Philippi has it.
So far, her and McKeever back to back, knocking down those mid-range shots.
Here's McKeever with 30 seconds left. Whistle, foul. This will be the first Northern State foul with 27.5 seconds left in the quarter, and it belongs to Fiedler. Beneke back in. Fiedler sits down. Rats will inbound. The difference between shot clock and game clock is 7.5. It's McKeever, defended by Philippi. Johnson, tough shot.
Nice job by Johnson, sticking with it. Nice left hand. Again, Dragons doing a solid job on the offensive glass. Positive sign watching Taryn Johnson finish inside.
Philippi, one of the few that didn't go in the first quarter. A high-scoring first quarter for what these two teams usually output. 2016, Northern State in the lead after one.
It's time to focus on you, a healthier you. It's time to get back to better health. Regular visits with a primary care provider at Sanford Health can lead to better overall health and wellness. It's time to get back to regular care. It's time for a healthier you and better health. It's time to see your doctor at Sanford Health.
All right, you can see the importance of this game. They're all important. It's kind of extra fun when you have two teams with similar records. The winner tonight will get back to the 500 mark. Minnesota Duluth, a perfect 10-0. Minnesota State Mankato paces the South. Standings presented by Richards. Stats presented by Jared.
Yeah, something to watch as we talked about one of the bullets, points in the paint. Dragons have 8 of their 16 points in the paint. Then obviously the difference, I believe right now, is the three-point shooting. Wolves have knocked down 2 of 4 from behind the line. Dragons 0 of 3.
Is this foul on Northern State? That boom bucket goes. And now there's a foul on Bryn Alfson of Northern State after that bucket went through by Boom. So this could be a 4, 5, perhaps 6-point possession. See what the Dragons can do. They're down by 2. Boom. And a 3-second violation is whistled. Kaylee Oliverson, 6-foot junior, Cardwell, Montana, first-team All-NSI last year. One of our players to watch tonight in the ball game. She can get things done in a hurry. I got to see Northern State play back in November to open up the season against Central Missouri and Rogers, just like the Dragons did. And Northern State did exactly what the Dragons did. Lost to Central Missouri, beat Rogers State. So they both went 1-1 that weekend. This is Philippi. Up top, Lori Rogers. We had those games here on the Dragons Digital Network. Were you watching? Beneke stuck
catch
underneath. Oliverson scores and gets fouled.
Right on cue, Oliverson catching, finishing with contact.
Take me through it.
A little inside passing, Oliverson muscling up. Get an opportunity to extend this lead at the line.
Northern State's leading scorer at a little over a dozen a game gets her first 3 points here. Northern State back up by a handful with 9:14 remaining here in the first half. We are the only show in the NSIC.
How do you feel about that?
I want to welcome everybody around the NSIC who's watching. Steve DeStacio and Jared Bledsoe, your modest Dragon webcasters. Just ask. Oh, Peyton Boom tried to get cheeky. Stolen away. Philippi, who had herself a first quarter. Now dribbling between her legs. That's all legal. Hilgeman. Philippi defended by Jens. Taryn Johnson comes up with a loose ball. I think it went through Oliverson's legs, didn't it?
Great pass. Great pass by Jens.
Yeah. Mariah McKeever took a little bunny hop. Natalie Jens had 24 points. Boom and McKeever each played 38 minutes back in November when these two teams tangled. Jens and Skibble played 36 each. Now remember, both these teams, there's a whistle and a foul. Somebody for Northern State got dumped. I think it was Taryn Johnson, the dumper.
54.
Waiting for,
Yeah,
it was.
Taryn Johnson on that bump.
Bump or dump?
Dump, bump,
Bump.
slam.
Okay. It was a bump that turned out to be a dump because one of the players went down. Just some heavy workload for the Dragons on that evening. This is Beneke up top, Oliverson. Beneke around the horn. Turnaround jumper. Jen's there for the rebound.
Dragons looking to run here again.
McKeever from 15. Nope. Oliverson the rebound. Whistles it up to Philippi.
Oh, great pass to Rogers. Excellent court vision there by Philippi.
Northern State extends its lead to a game-high 7. 25-18. A little 5-0 burst. Bang back in for the Dragons. She's out of Colorado. Boom on the baseline. 10 on the shot clock for McKeever. A bounce pass to Boom. McKeever open.
Great job there by McKeever. Be mindful of the shot clock and knocking down that mid-range shot before the buzzer.
8 for Mariah. Here at the 7:07 mark. Oliverson, little mid-range jumper won't go. Jen's another rebound. Why not? That's already her second. Here comes Natalie. She'll set up shop in front of the Northern State bench. And it's McKeever. Whistle and an offensive foul. Who'd they get this time? Well, they got Peyton Boom. That's Boom's second. We haven't seen Peyton Boom get herself into foul trouble recently, but we know throughout her career there are times where she'll get herself in foul difficulty. I think that was on Peyton. But it hasn't been put up on the board yet. Now they got an offensive foul the other way. They got Rogers. They still only have one foul on the board for Peyton, so we'll go with that. Unless it just got missed, because I'm sure, or I'm guessing that Carla Nelson might take her out. This is Boom from 3, short. Rebound taken by Philippi. Alyssa Knight is in for the Dragons, 5'11 sophomore out of Bruton, Minnesota. This is Bryn Alfson getting rid of the ball to Hilgeman from deep. No. Boom, collides in for the rebound after she was careful.
Nice Nice job by Boom, ripping down that rebound. 5-point lead here for the Wolves. See if the Dragons can get some offense. Some offense going here inside.
14, 13, 12, 11,
All right. The book and the score said Bang got whistled for a foul earlier instead of Boom, so he's got that straight. It looks like Peyton only has one foul. This is Skibble. She hasn't shot yet. McKeever from 3. No, she never got her feet set. It looked like the way she wanted. Here come the Wolves up by 5. 5:05 remaining. First half. Hilgeman scores.
Excellent pass by Philippi, setting her teammate up yet again for a layup.
Mention one of the top givers in the nation, Philippi. 27-20. Here's Jens. Nothing so far.
11, 10,
Skibble for 3. Air ball. This goes out of bounds, but it never hit the rim, and now we're going to have immediate timeout. 4:36 left in the first half. It's Northern State 27 and the Dragons 20.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But man, being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up out of bed to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. The sheer effort it takes just for basic life functions like breathing has earned you the right to have someone bring that sandwich to you. Your struggle is not lost on us. Have a sandwich, you hero.
Heading to Fargo-Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn & Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn & Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
Use promo code DRAGONS35 at any Fargo Moorhead Papa John's for 35% off your order. Papa John's, the official pizza of the MSU Moorhead Dragons. So I heard Carla Nelson doing a lot of teaching in the huddle. What I didn't see was a play drawn up. The Dragons have 4 seconds to shoot. It goes out to Boom, who's got to force it up. One and done again. I don't know if the Dragons got a second chance on the first possession. Have they gotten anything since, Jared, or one offensive rebound?
Actually, they have 6 offensive
Do
rebounds.
they really?
Yeah, so far this game.
6. Doesn't feel like it, does it?
They haven't been able to convert on all of them. That's what it. Dragons only shoot 38%, 38.5%, 0 for 7 from the three-point line.
So that's 1 for 27 last 2 games. We're going to try again. Oh, McKeever!
Stops the bleeding. McKeever knocking down the Dragons' first 3 this evening.
27-23, 3:40 remaining here in the first half. Rats ready to come back in. Bragg bullying her way in and she'll score. Madeline Bragg becomes the 7th different Northern State Wolf to score. 29-23. Here's Boom. Inside to Alyssa Knight on the baseline. Wouldn't go. Philippi the rebound. Alfson lost it. Got it back. Jens nearly came up with a steal. Philippi got her shot blocked. Kayla Youngs. It's a 3-on-2. Jens open. Still can't find the bottom of the bucket. Natalie Jens is now 0 for 3. Coming off a big weekend where she had 41 points, 29 in the victory Friday night, just a dozen on Saturday. This is a foul on Peyton Boom, and apparently I can't add, so I'm not even going to guess what foul that is on her. Tori Ratz, Olivia Skibble, Peyton Bang come back in for the Dragons. Rachel Garvey and Katie Oliverson are back in for Northern State. That was Peyton Boom's second foul. Beneke. This is Philippi with 7 on the shot clock. Beneke for 3.
Great job there by the Wolves knocking down that 3 at the buzzer.
It's a 9-point Northern State lead. Ratz and McKeever.
It's a travel.
Yeah.
Skibble.
That's turnover number 8 for the Dragons. Northern State hasn't been angelic. They have 6. Just glares just a little bit brighter when you're losing by 9, doesn't it?
Yeah. A possession like that be huge for, Skibble knocking down, keep going from behind the arc. You see the Dragons, as you mentioned, 1 for 8 in the three-point lane.
Another Northern State turnover. Their turnovers have been trying to get the ball inside. 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the first half. McKeever in front of Clint Newman, assistant coach for Northern State, and a foul. This is Kaylee Oliverson. I don't think Paula Kruger exactly is in love with that call, as Mariah McKeever is going to go to the free throw line. These will be the first free throw attempts for the Dragons tonight. MSUM Dunning does catering. They'll deliver to business meetings, weddings, and other events. They'll work with you to create the taste, budget, and style you're looking for. Go to MSUM's Catering by Sodexo website. 32-25, Northern State up, 1:27 left. Oliverson, Skibble out on her. Rogers, double team. Oh, McKeever came in on the weak side.
Great job there by McKeever, anticipating that Rogers would put that ball on the floor, causing that jump ball. Possession arrow still with the Wolves.
All right. They'll have 15 to shoot with 1:11 left in the first half. Anything of note specifically you want to hear from Carl Nelson when I interview her at halftime? Philippi?
Just out, always entertaining to hear what she has to say.
That's a shot clock violation. That's turnover number 8. So here we go. Under a minute remaining here in the first half. And a Carla Nelson timeout. I'm going to think of some questions to ask her during this timeout, or else Jared's really going to be entertained. 51 and a half seconds remaining in the first half.
It's so much more than just a place to live. Bridges Apartments, located next to NDSU, offers all-inclusive leasing. Units are fully furnished with modern kitchens and include all utilities with internet and TV. Bridges provides a community that supports students with many conveniences like a state-of-the-art fitness center, controlled access keyless entry, gaming area, cyber cafe, and more. Call now and get up to $4,000 in lease incentives. Bridges Apartments, this is living.
Matt Bus is a convenient, cost-effective way to get around town. For more information and to stay up to date on all future service changes, visit mattbus.com and follow Matt Bus on Facebook and Twitter. 32-25 as we play the final minute of the first half. Skibble with her back to the basket. Taking it right to Oliverson, and nothing doing as Rogers clears. About 6 seconds separates the game clock from the shot clock.
Nice screen action here for Northern State.
Oliverson, pretty move all the way in, couldn't score. Dragons have time. 6 seconds remaining. This is Jens. Skibble for three. It's good shot, couldn't get it to go, and Northern State leads it 32-25 as Carla Nelson is making her way over, and we will have a word with her. Coach, you with us tonight? All righty, what is Northern State doing, or what are you guys not doing that's limiting your offense so far tonight?
I mean, I think we just look super tired, and, Northern's got a little bit more energy, and, let's face the fact, I mean, they hit a lot of threes in the first half. I don't know how many they hit, 4 or 5? I don't know, you tell me, but we have to do a better job. I thought we did a better job to end the half, pressuring them, and then offensively, we just have to have some people step up and hit some shots. We haven't had anybody hit a shot in a long time, probably since the first half of Augie.
That's exactly right. Mariah McKeever hit that desperation three. That's been the only three-pointer besides her one tonight. Northern State was 3 of 7 from three-point range.
It seemed like more because we haven't hit any shots.
Doesn't it? Where is the three-point shot gone? Is it just confidence right now or just tiredness?
Well, I mean, it's probably both. I mean, you're dealing with a young group of people, and they're not hitting shots, and then you get tired and there's no energy, and it's just a combination. You just have to keep working. I mean, it's not rocket science.
Real quickly, Coach, your starters, particularly 4 of them, have logged heavy minutes. Where on the bench are you going to get some support?
Well, I mean, I feel like Kayla Youngs is playing better, a little bit more confidence. It's just trying to get Bang to play with more physicality, and Alyssa Knight needs to step up and be ready to play. I mean, she came off the bench and really wasn't ready to do anything positive for the Dragons, and Tori Ratz is going to need to do that, and the thing that's interesting is when you're in the heat of the battle, none of these freshmen they don't have any time to catch their breath and just relax and play. It's all very tense, and that's just the way it's going to be, I think, for the rest of the season.
Always appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Steve.
Dragon head coach Carla Nelson. Her Dragons trailed Northern State here at the half, 32-25. We now invite you to stay tuned for all of your halftime activities. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragon women's basketball on the Dragons Digital Network.
This is Jack. Jack has a debit card from Gate City Bank. However, it looks like a little night ninja took off with his card, as they sometimes do. But lucky for Jack, he can freeze his missing debit card with the tap of his mobile app. And even if his card is stolen or lost for good, he can go to any Gate City Bank location to get a new card issued instantly. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Dave Eggers for your personal price plan today.
The GO team, we like to call ourselves the champions of Dragon Pride. And what that means is that we want to be champions of the brand of MSUM Dragons. The clothes we wear and the comments that we make and just being positive and excited about being Dragons. And the other side of that is being good at what we do. We have a lot of opportunities to win awards, and we've won 13 national awards in the last 5 years. And so we want to be the best representations of our brand and champions in everything that we do, and helping our other Dragon teams become champions in what they're trying to do. It's an internship that's going to be different from anything else I think you're going to find, because we really strategically try to find the strengths of the individual and craft the role around those. So it's not just a cookie cutter, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing that. You really get to make the experience whatever you want it to be. And we're firm believers, and you get what you put into anything. And so the harder you work, the better the experience is going to be. And if it's surrounded around your strengths, you're actually going to enjoy it too.
I'm Erin Lemaire. I am a production assistant and assistant student director at the Go Team. I joined the Go Team because it was a good chance to get experience in filmmaking in a more live production setting. I like a lot of different aspects of being on the Go Team. I like running the cameras and doing all sorts of the stuff with like the broadcasting, but I also like switching, pushing the buttons and doing replay, so all sorts of things.
My name's Laurel Hoseth. I take pictures for the Go Team during athletic events. I've always kind of liked sports and I love photography, so I thought this would be a good fit since I know how sports work and I kind of am learning about my camera, and so I decided to get more experience. I feel really proud that your work is being used and it's actually appreciated.
I am Brent Keel. I am the audio video editor and production assistant with the Go Team. I joined the Go Team to put something on my resume that was beyond just I showed up to a class, and something to show employers that I have some real world experience.
My name is Macy Miller. For the Go Team, I'm a promotions coordinator. So I get to handle all of the in-game promotions. Pretty much they give me a mic and I get to make everybody excited to be here. So that includes like running games, throwing out t-shirts. I get to smile a lot, so I really like that.
If somebody was thinking about joining the Go Team, I would tell them to definitely just try it out. At least for a game or two, just to see if they like it.
These people that you'll be working with have a lot of pull in your career, and they also give you a lot of experience that you'll need in order to start a career.
There's a lot of real experience you can get that doesn't just apply to just sports.
Producing it, in all honesty, is a really cool opportunity that we allow our students to have. And just getting involved on campus is a great way to meet people, network, and just have a good time.
It's really easy to join the Go Team. All you have to do is go to msumdragons.com/Go Team and fill out the application. It's just your name, phone number, email, and just send us your resume. We'll bring you in for an interview, get to know you a little bit, and see if you're the right fit culturally for what we're trying to do here. But go to msumdragons.com/Go Team to apply today.
Today's live coverage on the Dragons Digital Network is brought to you by our broadcast partners, Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, BSN Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Brant Hospitality Group, including the Radisson Blue, the Holiday Inn, the Holiday Inn Express, and the Courtyard by Marriott Fargo, the Bridges Apartments, Erbert and Gerbert's, Forum Communications, Inforum, WDAY, Gate City Bank, Matt Bus, Midco, Papa John's, Richards Transportation, MSUM Dining by Sodexo, State Farm Agent David Eggers, and Minnesota State University Moorhead. We've all been there. People are counting on you and something goes wrong. Whether you're in a meeting, celebrating, or any group setting, food should be the least of your worries. At MSUM Catering Services by Sodexo, we start fresh with the best ingredients, and our culinary artists work together to create your favorite dishes. You can rest easy when we deliver the best experience right when you need it. Relax and contact the professionals at MSUM Catering Services by Sodexo today.
32-25, Northern State leads the Dragons. After tonight, we are all caught up on the schedule in the NSIC. The Dragons on the right side go to Southwest and Sioux Falls this coming weekend. The women play at 5:30, the men at 7:30, and you can watch those games on the NSIC network. For Northern State, they go to Sioux Falls and then Southwest. You can watch those games on the NSIC network, 5:30 Friday, 3:30 on Saturday. Jared and I will reunite on Friday night, January the 20th, as Concordia St. Paul will be in town. Let's look at the upcoming schedules presented by Bell Bank. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragon women's basketball on the Dragons Digital Network.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and there's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Everybody wants to be the best in town. I'm just trying to be the best me around. I'm just gonna love myself, 'cause there's nobody like me. Everybody wants to be the best in town. I'm just trying to be the best me around. I'm myself, 'cause there's nobody like me.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Papa John's papadillas for just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
I know how passionate all the basketball fans in Aberdeen are. And you know what? You guys can still learn from the great Jared Bledsoe as he draws it up with Roland. We're all going to learn something. Let's do it.
Yes, we got some great half-court action here for the Dragons here as we start with the ball here. Solid ball pressure. Got some back screen action going on in here. But ultimately, the Dragons are going to end up with the ball on the wing. Going to have Taryn Johnson come over and set the ball screen for McKeever. And we know she can stop and pop. So Dragons get rolling here. Johnson swing. Patiently waiting here. McKeever, little jab step. One dribble, stop and pop. Knocking down that mid-range shot. And not to be outdone, we talk about Philippi doing an awesome job being a facilitator for this Northern squad. A little high screen and roll action here. The shooters being shot ready. We're going to get see Philippi come off this screen. Going to read and kick. Going to knock down this shot. Beneke, shot ready. Knocking down this three. Nothing but nylon with 1 second left on the shot clock.
Two things real quick. Great job. Number one, Taryn Johnson did a lot of heavy lifting that you don't see in the box score. Number two, that last draw it up with Roland was with no time remaining on the shot clock. They had to execute, and they did.
That was a huge possession. Again, you need a floor general to set your teammates up for a possession like that.
Jared and I are back with more right after this. You're watching live coverage of MSU Moorhead Dragon women's basketball on the Dragons Digital Network.
For over 100 years, we have been here to connect you, entertain you, inform you. Our world may change, but we are always here. Then, now, and tomorrow.
Dragon Swim School is proud to offer year-round swimming and diving lessons with the lowest student-to-instructor ratio around. Lessons are available for all levels, including parent-child sessions and preschool. Help your child learn to love the water in a safe and caring environment with us at Dragon Swim School. Visit msumdragons.com/swim for more information. That's msumdragons.com/swim.
Brentfolk. Boom underneath, all in one motion.
Nice find there by Jens.
I see, here come the Wolves. It's Beneke, beautiful bounce pass inside to Fiedler Saturday night. Here's Peyton Bang in the block, straight up and in. Listens it up to Philippi.
Oh, great pass to Rogers.
McKeever open.
Great job there by McKeever.
Beneke for three. Look at some first half numbers. Northern State clearly outshot the Dragons. Carla Nelson thought that Northern State made more threes. Just seemed like they did because the Dragons again struggled. Neither team really got to the free throw line. The rebounding and turnovers are even, but maybe game summary presented by Papa John's as we bring in Jared Bledsoe and welcome you back upstairs. Maybe it's just Northern State just has a little more, maybe not getting the contributions on the numbers bench play, but they're certainly getting a lot more from the bench than the Dragons have gotten.
Yeah, Coach Nelson pointed it out, the energy. As we talked about a player like Philippi, we talked about the bounce in her step. I'm sure Coach Nelson addressed that at halftime.
Is it fair to say that Carla Nelson brought up, I thought, Northern State, after Carla mentioned it, had more bounce in their step? You mentioned Philippi, maybe all of them.
Yes, and that's something we have to be mindful of. It hadn't shown up in the stat sheet as you talked about, even in the rebounds, pretty even in the turnovers. But it's clear from a coaching standpoint, the energy is just not there for what the Dragons need is more. Mariah McKeever muscles up inside.
Maybe with the exception of her. She has 15. Can she single-handedly do this? Can she take the Dragons on her shoulders? That's a spinner rub. I was going to say that was a lot of steps.
Nice interior defense there by the Dragons, forcing an early turnover on the Wolves.
It's just 5. It's 5. We mentioned this is going to be one of those knockdown, drag-out Northern State versus MSU Moorhead games, and it is. Taryn Johnson. We're seeing her take the ball to the rack with a little more regularity tonight. You can tell she's still extremely raw when it comes to her footwork underneath. How easy is that to correct? Is it one visit to the Next Level Basketball Academy?
Man, I would love to work with a young player like that at the Next Level Basketball Academy, but she has a tremendous coaching staff that has done an awesome job traditionally working with post players and their footwork. So she does a solid job getting position. She'll obviously have to polish up that footwork.
She's got heavy feet, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I don't coach basketball. I could just tell from afar, being somebody who does watch the sport. You know, I just don't know how easy that is, how much time that takes to correct. But she certainly has the talent.
Absolutely. You're talking about a 6'2" freshman.
Youngster.
Yeah,
yes.
Very young. And that's one of the youngsters this coach has been talking about.
Philippi the air ball, and you can hear the enthusiasm on the Dragon bench as Carla Nelson willed her defense to come up with a 30-second shot clock violation.
Great job there by the Dragons, as you mentioned, feeling the energy from Coach Nelson. See, can they capitalize off a miscue like that for Northern State to get the ball into the hands of McKeever?
Yeah, that was just good defense by Hogan, and Mariah McKeever just ran out of moves and ran out of gravity. Yeah. Here's Oliverson. Natalie Jens came over to say hello. Now it's Oliverson. A turnaround on Taryn Johnson. Good.
Tough to defend. Oliverson fading away it, elevating, knocking down that mid-range shot in the lane.
The 6'4" Montanan tough when she has that pretty of a touch. 34-29, Wolves up, 7:55 left to go. This is Natalie Jens. Was she scoreless in the first half?
Yes, that's who the Dragons would love to see get going. Jens, as you said, 2 20-point performances this past weekend.
She averaged 20 and a half. Boom. No. She had 29, but then she only had 12 on.
29 and 12, yes.
Yeah, she averaged 20.5 this past weekend. And we've seen Jens go off. What did she have in the first half the other night? 19? All the way in with the dive was Philippi, nothing. Here's Jens. A little nifty dribble to get around Philippi. This is Olivia Skibble. And Jens open for three. No.
Nice job there by Boom, anticipating the rebound. Skibble scoops it up, gets back inside.
That's Hilgeman again, playing terrific defense on Mariah McKeever. 7 on the shot clock. Jens rejected by Rogers. And she might have gotten her with the body. Let's see what Angie Arendt has to say. It is a foul on Rogers. I'd love to see that one again because I thought Rogers got all ball. Here it is again. Watch 41 right there. Okay. She got ball and then she came down and hacksawed Jens's arm. And guess what Natalie Jens just did, Jared?
Scored her first point.
She watched the ball go through the hoop. You've talked about that throughout your broadcasting career. Once that happens, maybe she can get hot.
Yes. Definitely, once you, as a scorer, seeing that ball go through the basket, can get the confidence going, especially here at home.
34-31, Wolves lead, chuck the three. It's been as high as 9. This is Philippi, a high ranging three won't go. Believe it or not, the Dragons can tie this with a triple. Boom, up top, Skibble. Jens in front of her bench. Johnson on Oliverson. Nearly threw it away. 9 on the shot clock. Some defense being played, my man.
Yes, Wolves digging in here. Wolves definitely digging in here in the half-court set. Air ball there from McKeever.
You know, I saw a gentleman, I assume he's rooting for Northern State. He had a Northern State shirt on, so that's a safe assumption. Just saw him in the hallway during halftime. He said, that wasn't pretty basketball. I said, that's Northern State MSU Moorhead basketball. That's the way these two teams play as Northern State calls a timeout.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But man, being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up out of bed to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. The sheer effort it takes just for basic life functions like breathing has earned you the right to have someone bring that sandwich to you. Your struggle is not lost on us. Have a sandwich, you hero.
One new place for 2 people. Plus 2 distinct styles. Plus 2 of everything. Plus 1 budget divided by 2. Life math is complicated. Financial experts make it easier. Affinity Plus.
Tonight's games are sponsored by Erbert and Gerbert's fresh ingredients, hand-sliced cheese, and chef-inspired soup and sandwich recipes that will surprise and delight. Go to herbertandgerberts.com to order online for pickup and delivery. And remember to live life flavorfully. Jared,
yes,
put 2 and 2 together for something else as well. I'm doing math on a Tuesday night.
Let's hear it.
Carla Nelson was kind of shocked by the Northern State three-point output. They were last in the league coming into tonight in three-point shooting percentage, making 27%, just under 4 per game. They've made 3 so far tonight. Oliverson shooting over Boom, won't go. Why did Skibble go after the ball? Fortunately, oh, okay, it must have gone off a Dragon. I thought that went off a Wolf.
Still just a one-possession ball game here for the Dragons.
3 on the shot clock for Northern State. Oliverson has to put it up. It won't go. McKeever another rebound. Here come the Dragons, trailing by 2. Make it 3. Not doing math on a Tuesday night. Here's Jens.
Great job there by Jens. Reading the seam there, getting her first field goal. 4 points on the evening.
Don't wake up her. She gets a rebound. Believe it or not, the Dragons can take the lead. Jens up top. Foul. Philippi hit her. Tell you how tight this rivalry has been. The Dragons have beaten Northern State 6 out of the 8 times that Carla Nelson has coached against Paula Kruger. Here's Jens. And boom. Oh, rejected by Rogers, but another foul. Kurt Fredrickson, our friend, who won 846 games. Nelson and Fredrickson went at it 42 times. Wow. And they each won 21. Timeout on the floor with just under 5 minutes left in the first half.
It's time to focus on you, a healthier you. It's time to get back to better health. Regular visits with a primary care provider at Sanford Health can lead to better overall health and wellness. It's time to get back to regular care. It's time for a healthier you and better health. It's time to see your doctor at Sanford Health.
You know, the students came back last night. I wish there were more of them, you know? Hardly any of them. Ah, Northern State. See, he's got a Wolves shirt on, the guy over there in the yellow. I'm guessing he's a Northern State fan. I don't know what fans they are. Fan Cam presented at the Bridges Student Edition across the river. This is Peyton Boom trying to tie the ball game up. And for the lead, the only other lead the Dragons had was 4-2 with 8:52 remaining in the first quarter. They've got it here 35-34. They've outscored Northern State 10-2 to start this second half. This is Morgan Fiedler up top to Hilgeman. Young's doing a job on her. Here's Natalie Jens trying to contain Philippi, who beat her to the spot. Young's got the rebound. Here's Jens. She looks like she has more energy. Boom.
Got the matchup she wants inside. Oh, nice cut by Taryn Johnson. Nice pass by Boom. If they can build that chemistry, easily could be a dynamic duo heading down the second stretch of this season.
Taryn Johnson averages 2.7 points per game. She has 8 so far tonight. She was a bench player this weekend. Youngs with a block. Now the Dragons are getting some contributions not named Jens, McKeever, or Boom.
Great job there by Youngs blocking that shot without fouling.
Here's Kayla Youngs, not forcing anything. We know she can shoot it as she throws the ball away. There's Kayla Youngs. Orono High School graduate, 3-time All-Conference, scored just under 1,200 points. Scored 22 points in one of her 71 high school games. So we know she can put the ball in the basket. We've seen her drill it from 3 as well.
Yes, we've seen these young ladies spot up, knock down threes, who obviously are showing some energy and effort here on the defensive end so far with the block shot.
And providing the defense. Here comes Jens. Here she is. Wasn't there, got rid of it. McKeever. Peyton bang, dives inside. Dragons were that close from making this a 5-point lead. We mentioned they're on a 12-2 run to start this third quarter. Jens gives up the baseline. Fiedler had a 3. Lori Rogers loops it inside and bang knocks it out of bounds. Watch out, Keith Eberhardt sitting by himself in the expensive seats.
Great energy there by Peyton Bang, tipping that ball out. Again, this is the energy and effort we didn't see the first half. After the Dragons can continue. Look at Jens get into the passing lane. Again, if the Dragons want to be victorious, this is the type of energy and effort that they want to see throughout the duration of this game.
What are they doing besides energy and effort? Are they doing anything specifically to cut down Northern State? They're doing something.
Yes, physically getting up in them. You see 3 Dragons contest that shot, not able to get the block, but making it tough for the Wolves to get buckets inside.
Great bucket by Beneke. That was tough. Just a second bucket in the third quarter for the Wolves. 37-36, a very typical Dragons Wolves. McKeever has 17.
Nice pass there by Boom, an excellent read by McKeever finishing inside.
Oliverson got loose. Oh, Kaylee Oliverson, just like Bang, missed a bunny. Here comes Jens. And a foul from behind. Oh, this will put the Dragons on the free throw line. This is Fiedler. All 5 fouls here in the third quarter have been whistled against Northern State. This will be the Dragons' 7th and 8th free throw attempts this quarter. Northern State has been to the free throw line 1 time tonight, and that was the and 1 by Kaylee Oliverson.
And if you're the Dragons, McKeever, like you mentioned, 17 points, 7 for 14 from the field. Definitely want to get her more touches down the stretch as we go finish out this third and going into the fourth quarter.
I noticed something else, and I don't know what happened, but Michael Kolnis, one of our 3 officials, is sitting down to the right of Northern State radio broadcaster Ben Root. I saw Andy Scott go over there and pat him on the back. I thought he was just sitting there hanging out, drinking his Powerade or Gatorade, waiting for the third quarter to start, but he is not officiating. It is a 2-man crew right now as McKeever makes free throw number 1. So we're hoping that Michael Kolnis, the East Grand Forks, is he the principal or the athletic director up at the Green Wave of EGF, watching the rest of this night. McKeever makes a pair. The Dragons are 8 for 8 from the free throw line here in the third quarter. It's 41-36. Hilgeman.
Great anticipation there by Bang. Coming away with that steal. Again, love to see the Dragons capitalize off of those defensive efforts.
Jens got hit.
Muscles up. Finishing with the left hand in the lane. Opportunity for a 3-point play here from Jens.
Jared, that was so well done. Do it again.
Saw Jens just muscling up, able to finish. We said earlier when we saw her knock down those 2 free throws, maybe that it would ignite a little more energy and effort out of this young lady. She knocks down that free throw.
44-36, the Dragon lead has swelled to 8. Hilgeman. That's the Kayla Young's defense that Jared and I have been talking about this quarter that has gone undocumented in the box score. Here she goes again. On the right side, Oliverson tries a 15-footer over Skibble and scores.
That is tough.
Oliverson has game.
Yes, it was one of our players to watch.
That's why.
Yes.
I'm watching her. Here goes McKeever. There's her spot.
Stopping and popping McKeever, and you love to see the Dragons continue to get her a touch down the floor. She has 21 points.
Wouldn't you want to get her a touch?
Absolutely. Every time down. But she doesn't force it. Definitely gets to her spots, as you mentioned. Great upside D there by McKeever. Dragons looking to run. Get it right back to her. If you're the Dragons, you would love to get this ball into McKeever's hands to finish out this quarter. See what they draw up here.
Seven on the shot clock. Northern State will have time should they get the ball. Skibble for three. That barely grazed the front of the iron. 3 seconds remaining. This is Philippi. That won't go, and that's going to do it. The MSU Moorhead Dragons, perhaps with their best quarter of the year, outscored Northern 21-6 in the third quarter and lead it after three, 46-38.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I didn't have to do anything. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But man, being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up out of bed to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to. The sheer effort it takes just for basic life functions like breathing has earned you the right to have someone bring that sandwich to you. Your struggle is not lost on us. Have a sandwich, you hero.
Heading to Fargo Moorhead to get away and have a little fun? Book your room at the highly rated Microtel Inn and Suites. It's conveniently located just off 8th Street and I-94. Clean rooms and all the amenities you need to relax and recharge after a fun day out. Plus, when you wake up, you can enjoy a free hot breakfast. What are you waiting for? Book your room today at the Microtel Inn and Suites in Moorhead. Call 218-284-4022 or visit microtelmoorhead.com.
Richards Transportation has been a proud supporter and transporter of the Dragons for years. Call 218-233-3404 and book your next trip with Richards Transportation. We go back to the Bullets. Northern State still outscoring the Dragons bench 7-2, but Taryn Johnson, Mariah McKeever, and now Natalie Jens in the third quarter.
Absolutely. They're getting some production from the bench. And I'll tell you something that's standing out, too, as you talked about the Dragons getting to that free throw line. 11 for 11, perfect from the free throw line, which definitely has been the difference in this ball game.
11-1. Here's a foul. The first in the half for the Dragons is on Skibble. All right, Paula Kruger, great coach. In 2009, RMAC Coach of the Year, spent 9 years as the head coach at Colorado School of Mines. What do you do differently if you're her? Maybe get the ball to Rana Philippi a little more and see if you can do that.
Good shot there for Philippi.
What else does Northern State do?
Obviously, you got to get it into the hands of Philippi and Oliverson. Get her in her spots and see her knock down mid-range shots and allow Philippi to create off the bounce. Maybe even some screen and roll, pick and pop action out of those two young ladies.
Peyton Boom cruised to the hole and got the running one-hander from 5 feet away to go. 48-40. Mariah McKeever got a finger on that. Rogers got the rebound. Beneke for three. Got it.
Wow. Beneke not afraid to fire away, chipping away at this lead, 5-point lead for the Dragons. And I like this idea, getting the ball in the hands of McKeever, letting her make a decision off the screen.
She got a step on Hilgeman. Couldn't put it down. Rebound to Beneke. Here comes Elena. Up top, Philippi. Oliverson.
Great defense there by Boom. Gets called for a foul there.
Jared, I think you were correct. Initially, the footwork and the defense was good for Boom, and then right when you were finishing your statement,
she hacked down.
She reached in and grabbed an arm. And you know
and
what?
That was the right call.
At lunchtime today, I was flipping to the section about grabbing arms in the NCAA rulebook, and you're not allowed to do that. Rogers, what are they going to call? If this is on Boom, it's her fourth. If it's on Rogers, it's her fourth. They just called the foul on Lori Rogers. You can't do that. She called the foul on 41. If it's on 41, we're going the other way. If it's on Boom, it's her fourth, and it is.
Yeah,
that's her fourth. That was a big call. Rogers missed. Rogers makes one of two. Skibble and Bang come in. Madeline Bragg in for Northern State. Here's the call, no call again. Whether you call it offensively or defensively, one of the two bigs was going to pick up their fourth foul, and it went against Peyton Boom. It's 48-44. So the Dragons are going to have to go to Peyton Bang and Taryn Johnson. Here's Bang. Can Bang do a Boom?
Nice move inside by Bang. Spinning and finishing with the left hand. Again, talk about bench performance. It's huge having Bang come off and make that bucket early. Nice rebound there by Jens. Dragons looking to run.
I think Bang has the only 4 Dragon points off the bench tonight. Those 2 could loom large. Taryn Johnson not going to shoot from 3. Jens would love to. Bang. McKeever. Here's Taryn Johnson.
Nice find inside. Bang. Knocking down that mid-range shot. These young players are growing up right before our eyes. It's a nice find inside. Taryn Johnson to Peyton Bang.
Skibble working on McKeever. Oh, I'm sorry. Beneke working on McKeever. This is Hilgeman for 3 off the glass.
The bank is open if you're looking for the ATM. Wow.
They're just going to call it a 2. Either way, maybe it should have counted for 3 with the angle of that banker. 52-46. This is Skibble. Throws it away. Abby Holmes, the 5'7" Algona, Iowa native. Perhaps Todd and Jennifer are watching us from the nation's heartland. If you are, welcome to our little thing we call the Dragons Digital Network. Steve DeStacio and Jared Bledsoe. It's our pleasure to be calling the only game in the NSIC going on right now. 6:48 left to go. The Dragons lead Northern State 52-46 on the women's side. Men are up next. Hilgeman can't get her 3 to go. After the offensive rebound, Hilgeman. And a jump ball, Mariah McKeever, and
Dragon basketball. Great job there by Jens, causing that jump ball without fouling. Huge possession there. You watch here, the perimeter defense, a little switch. Yeah, no call, right in front of the official. Jump ball. Bang coming out. Be interesting to see where the scoring is going to come from with this lineup for the Dragons. A little over 6 minutes and 30 seconds left.
So is that Alyssa Knight back in?
Yeah, we got Knight, Youngs, Johnson, McKeever,
and Jens. I don't know if we've seen that 5-some on the floor before.
We have not.
Well, let's see if it goes for the good for the Dragons, or if Northern State can chip into this lead. Here's Jens. Natalie was scoreless in the first half, had 7 third-quarter points. Jens. Knight, and a foul.
Like that decision by Knight. Just assuming that the defense assumed that she was just going to catch swinging around the perimeter. A couple dribbles. Not accustomed to seeing her be aggressive out the bounce. But that, again, we're talking about bench performance and contribution.
She beat Alfson on the baseline. Here's Youngs.
Nice find.
McKeever banging inside. Lost the ball. Scooped up by the Wolves. They have a developing 3-on-2. This is Rihanna Philippi. A bounce pass inside to Alfson. Was that rejected on the baseline and a foul?
Yeah, it looked like they got Natalie Jens on the foul there on the baseline.
They did. That's the 4th team foul whistled against the Dragons, as Skibble will check in for the Dragons. Alyssa Knight will sit after not even a minute. Alfson gives off to Philippi, running one-hander, no, but a foul. Is this one Youngs?
Yeah, it looks like that was on Youngs. Philippi attacking off the bounce here, just 1-2 dribbles right into the chest of Youngs. Opportunity to chip away at this lead. This is the first one.
Maybe Kayla got her on the arm. Philippi hits 1 of 2. 52-47. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. The Dragon men in Northern State will play for first place in the NSIC. A little bit after this game finishes as McKeever gets one that she wishes she had back. Oliverson grabs the rebound for Northern State. Holmes gives the ball off to Oliverson. All the way in, foul. Now it's Northern State to the free throw line as this foul gets whistled against Taryn Johnson, her 3rd.
Yeah, Northern State continues to spread the floor and attack those gaps, drawing the fouls on the Dragons.
Oliverson is an 88% free throw shooter. She's 29 of 33 from the stripe this season. Bang, back in for the Dragons. Boom continues to sit with 4 fouls. Here's Oliverson. Rattles the first one home. She misses. Northern State is 1 of 2 in each of their 3 appearances at the free throw line. 52-48. 5:05 left to go here in Moorhead on the women's side. Here's Bang on the block. Peyton anticipated Skibble to cut left. She cut right. Here goes Beneke. Philippi and Oliverson. Philippi comes around an Oliverson screen. 7 on the shot clock. Rogers puts up a prayer.
Great defense there by the Dragons. Containing penetration and ripping down that rebound.
It started with everybody else. It finished with Bang. Here comes Jens as we play whistle-free basketball. Under the media timeout. McKeever on the baseline. Hit by Holmes. Gets it to Bang. Over to Jens. Running one-hander. That's a tough shot. Rebound pulled down by Rana Philippi. Chased by Jens. Philippi.
Nice find in the corner.
Holmes off the top of the glass. That has a lower percentage chance of going in when you shoot it off the top of the glass. 3:45 left to go.
Dragons fortunate there on that possession. Come away with a miscue for the Wolves. Like a high screen action here for the Dragons.
Skibble. No.
Nice job there by Bang, ripping down the offensive glass. No call, muscles up. Now she gets the call. get an opportunity to get 2 at the line for the Dragons.
Bang. Getting some stuff done for the Dragons on a Tuesday night with her team up by 4.
It's so much more than just a place to live. Bridges Apartments, located next to NDSU, offers all-inclusive leasing. Units are fully furnished with modern kitchens and include all utilities with internet and TV. Bridges provides a community that supports students with many conveniences like a state-of-the-art fitness center, controlled access keyless entry, gaming area, cyber cafe, and more. Call now and get up to $4,000 in lease incentives. Bridges Apartments, this is living.
On the Wolves, up by 5. 5:05 remaining. First half. Hilgeman scores.
Excellent pass by Philippi, setting her teammate up yet again.
Maybe that's exactly what Paula Kruger is talking about right now. That pretty pass inside from Rihanna Philippi to Jordan Hilgeman. Our assist of the game presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent, David Eggers. There's Rihanna Philippi, one of the top dimers. Did I mention the nation in the first half? In the conference. Either way, 52-48, typical Northern State MSU Moorhead women's game. Just two teams standing in the middle of the ring, throwing haymakers at one another. Not all the balls are going to go through the hoop. It's physical. It's gritty. Sometimes you just don't get the rolls, as Peyton Bang just experienced.
First miss on the evening for the Dragons from the free throw line. They knocked down the second one.
Bang, out, boom, in, 53-48, 3:23 left to go. This has been a rivalry I have had the pleasure to watch over the last 2 decades as Jordan Hilgeman hits her 3rd triple of the game. 53-51. Dragons on top with 3 minutes left to go. We've had the pleasure to watch. Tori Ratz hasn't played in the second half up until now. Taryn Johnson. Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah, I would say big possession here. Only 1 possession ball game. Dragons get it inside. Boom, double team as expected.
Boom has to shoot it. Oh boy.
Shot there by Boom, being clutch. See if she can retain her composure. The Dragons will need her down the stretch these last 2 minutes and change.
14 points. Or 12 points for Peyton Boom. 14 for Peyton Boom. 55-51. Oliverson matches.
It's fine inside. Oliverson going to her patent fadeaway jumper in the lane.
Here comes Natalie Jens with 2 minutes left to go right about now. Everything we expected, we got. Rats! No. Sure, she yelled, oh me. 1:45 left to go. Philippi, a deuce would tie it, a triple would put Northern on top.
Yeah, if you are Northern, you definitely want to give all back into Oliver's hands. Oliverson, Philippi.
There's Oliverson.
Great box out there by Rats. Huge possession there. The Rats stepping up after missing that 3 in the corner.
One of the smaller folks on the floor. Rats did the classic box. 1:13 left to go. Jens up top, Mariah McKeever. Around a Taryn Johnson screen inside the Boom.
Excellent find, McKeever to Boom.
1 minute left to go. Here comes Philippi. Some noise being made here in Nemzik. A wild shot thrown up by Philippi. Here comes Natalie Jens. Carla Nelson wants her to choose some time. The Wolves only have 2 fouls. as Jens goes all the way in. Here's McKeever with 15 on the shot clock. Carla Nelson wants more time off the clock. It's a 2-possession game. McKeever. And a foul.
Foul there on Beneke on the reach-in. Excellent job by McKeever. You talk about court awareness if you're a young player out there, being cognizant, listening to your coach, bring it back out, run some time, get a half-court play in. Opportunity for the Dragons to get another bucket after this break.
30 seconds. It's so much more than just a place to live. Bridges Apartments, located next to NDSU, offers all-inclusive leasing. Units are fully furnished with modern kitchens and include all utilities with internet and TV. Bridges provides a community that supports students with many conveniences like a state-of-the-art fitness center, controlled access keyless entry, gaming area, cyber cafe, and more. Call now and get up to $4,000 in lease incentives. Bridges Apartments, this is living.
Steve and Jared back with you from Alex Themsick Hall in Moorhead. Well, you talked about bench points. Northern State has 12, and the Dragons' Peyton Bang has 7. Is Northern State going to foul? Oh, they have to. And they do. This is on Hilgeman. This will be the 4th foul because 20 seconds was put back up, and now the shot clock will be turned off. So the next foul by either side will mean free throws. Jens fouled. Hilgeman fouls Natalie Jens. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Natalie Jens has a new career high with 8 rebounds tonight. So while she didn't score in the first half, remember, she was getting rebounds left and right. She has 8 so far tonight to match her 8 points.
Impressive contribution. You talk about the perimeter players ripping down multiple rebounds.
She has 9. To go along with her 9 points. It's a full 2-possession lead for the Dragons with 17.2 seconds left to go.
This is Jack. Jack has a debit card from Gate City Bank. However, it looks like a little night ninja took off with his card, as they sometimes do. But lucky for Jack, he can freeze his missing debit card with the tap of his mobile app. And even if his card is stolen or lost for good, he can go to any Gate City Bank location to get a new card issued instantly. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
All right, Jared, 17.2 seconds. I'm going to take you into the Northern State huddle. 17.2. Do you have to shoot it from behind the arc right now?
You don't have to, but you got to get a bucket. You got to get a bucket. Whatever opens up right away, you go to that, and then obviously it'll turn into a free throw shooting contest.
If it's a deuce, it's really got to be quick, doesn't it?
And that would have been the quick shot there.
And they get neither one of them. Yeah. Skibble the rebound, and that might just do it. Olivia Skibble, no points tonight. 0 for 5 shooting. You're going to say she didn't have a good night. Olivia Skibble did a lot of intangibles defensively as well.
Right. This was a very, very good job. Team win, if you will. Contributions from the starters, the bench. The energy was far better that second half, as Coach talked about in your interview with her.
For some reason, the Dragons found it. Paula Kruger takes another timeout with 11.5 seconds left to go.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Dave Eggers for your personal price plan today.
We've all been there. People are counting on you and something goes wrong. Whether you're in a meeting, celebrating, or any group setting, food should be the least of your worries. At MSUM Catering Services by Sodexo, we start fresh with the best ingredients, and our culinary artists work together to create your favorite dishes. You can rest easy when we deliver the best experience right when you need it. Relax and contact the professionals at MSUM Catering Services by Sodexo today.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and there's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
What they were looking at.
Oh.
Our two officials. Again, Mike Colness, I don't know if he injured himself. If he did, we hope he's okay. Angie Arendt and Amy Sanchez have done the work the rest of the game here in this entire second half. This is Rihanna Philippi. This three is just off the glass. Mariah McKeever grabs the rebound. And Northern State is going to let the Dragons walk out of here with a hard-earned come-from-behind victory here tonight. The Dragons beat Northern State by the final score of 60-53. Jared, this was a team effort like you just mentioned.
Absolutely. I mean, just fun to watch those young players grow before our eyes. Saw Taryn Johnson produce, Bang produce. From the guard position, you mentioned Natalie Jens, 9 boards on the evening. So just an all-out team victory.
60-53. Let's do a little business before we talk to Peyton Bang. This is our play of the game. Before Bang, you got to have a boom. Peyton Boom. A little something, something underneath. And that's our play of the game presented by Erbert and Gerbert. Bold between the breads. And as far as our newsmaker of the game, we could talk to Peyton Bang, and we will. But you know what? Mariah McKeever was terrific. With 17 points in the first half, Mariah McKeever finished with 21 points and 4 rebounds on 8 of 17 shots. Mariah McKeever is your newsmaker of the game. Check them out online at inforum.com. And do we have the pride of Chaparral, Colorado with us, Peyton? Hey, did I pronounce your hometown correctly?
Parker, Colorado.
All right, Parker, Colorado. There you go. Congratulations for this victory here tonight. Carla Nelson, your coach, said your team had a little bit maybe of some tentativeness, maybe some tiredness in the first half. Did you sense that as well?
Yeah, we all just didn't really have energy in the first half, but after half we really brought our energy, we really brought our A game, we were in it to win it.
What do you think was the difference? Why the energy in the second half?
I think we just really wanted to win. We really needed this game since we lost to them at their home gym, and we just really needed it after this weekend.
When Peyton Boom goes down, everyone knows in the league, as well as you guys know, the Dragons want to go low to Peyton Boom. She gets into foul trouble, and the Dragons lean on you. How comfortable are you in that situation when you're playing down low?
I'm very comfortable down low. You know, it's what I've been doing my whole life, so.
Well, not just down low, because I know you're a 4 or a 5, but also being the one that's going to get the ball down there, knowing that Peyton gets the majority of the touches. Are you comfortable in that role, being a go-to?
Yeah, I am.
I love that.
Yep.
Congratulations. Thanks for joining us, Peyton. There you go. Peyton Bang joining us. And, hey, you know what? The questions weren't great from Steve. Peyton Bang was terrific. Hey, you know what? She was terrific as well. You mentioned bench play tonight, and the Dragons got 7 points, and they all happened to come from
Peyton Bang.
Peyton Bang coming off the bench. Let's take a look at a stat of the game. And you know what? We mentioned bench, and this is why. Entering tonight, the Dragons, Mariah McKeever, Natalie Jens, Peyton Boom, and Olivia Skibble were 4 of the 15 women in the NSIC averaging over 30 minutes per game. Your stat of the game presented by Buffalo Wild Wings as we rejoin you one more time here on the women's side. You know what? Let's take a look ahead first. I was looking ahead before we look ahead.
That's all right.
Yeah, Dragons go to Southwest Minnesota State in Sioux Falls this coming Friday and Saturday. Northern State, their travel partner, will go down to Sioux Falls first and then take on Southwest. This look ahead is presented by Bell Bank, and now we'll do one more time. Steve, Jared, Northern State, the Dragons. We can talk about these two teams just going up against one another. Ultimately, the Dragons won tonight. Why?
The energy. I mean, we talk about points in the paint and the bullets there. Dragons had 26, Northern had 18. But again, the energy and effort in the second half was very impressive out of the Dragons.
This Dragons Jekyll and Hyde season continues. They beat Northern State here tonight. They move to 5-5 in the NSIC as they're about to hit the road this coming Friday night. That'll do it for our presentation on the women's side. We're going to turn this webcast off, and we'll come back in just under 20 minutes, and we'll get you set for a heavyweight matchup between the Dragon men and Northern State. First place supremacy in the NSIC is at stake. Once again, your final score on the women's side, the Dragons 60, Northern State 53.